Hello, hello. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Pioneer Curious. Man, the Mulligans have struck again against us. If we had one green source, we'd be fine. As is, we're just left hoping to not find that. But hey, we do have this to dig. We can put this on the bottom. So we're hoping to find I mean, normally we want this to find our Lukka, but when we only have one land in our hand, it's just the way I should have finished my league yesterday, or tried to. I was running hot yesterday, and this has not been so good. The mulligans, I've had to mulligan way more than I've had to the first two matches. And then the luck, man, the luck has been insane. I've been in position. I feel like I've been in position, but our opponents have been able to go do their thing better than I've been able to do my thing. So I guess we just want to land. And I mean, so far, when I talk about the luck, Othanissa whiffed, completely whiffed, won the game. Another game completely whiffed because it was 3 lands. And then after that, I drew all lands. Lost that game. That was the third game of my third match that I was hoping to go 3-0 after winning, but had a mull to 5, or maybe it was 6, mull to 6, and drew all lands the entire game. So we definitely will take the Blackleaf Cliffs. Any order. Alright, so that will set us up. We can Thought Seize and hold up Torch to tower, or we can just Sylvan Caryatid, depending on what our opponent does. Sylvan Caryatid gets us to Fable faster, but I mean, at this point, we probably... Alright, blue-white. Humans, it looks like. Alright. Well, if they run out of Thalia, we will be sad. Because then we'll have to take our whole turn off to kill it, essentially. Just a Thalia's lieutenant. See, we'd love to draw a land. Or a Lukka. Okay. Ask and you shall receive, I suppose. So we want to Thoughtseize our opponent. See what they have. And then I think we're going to Torch the Tower or Fable. Torch and Paradise Druid are Fable. I haven't decided yet. I mean, that's Thalia right there, isn't it? So if we Paradise Druid, we're set up to draw into a Lukka and then just start and hopefully win the game from there. Reflector Mage, that's kind of like a terrible card again for us because it can bounce any of our big fatties to our hand. At which point we'll be unlikely to recast them, unless it's Progenitus. I think we have to take the 8 line. Try to find something off the top with our scry. Never mind. The fizzle. I mean, they can Reflector Mage now, I guess. They have the Mutavault. If they want. They might just want to play this Extraction Specialist since they can get it back. Get the Dauntless Bodyguard back, I mean. Yep. So just drawing a Lukka would be nice into a Progenitus. It's kind of, we're already at 13. That hurts. Yep. All right. The 3-2 dream might be coming to an end right now. We're kind of in need of a Lukka or bust. And there's reflector mages are brutal for us. What do we see on top? Fatal push. I mean, indestructible. It hurts me, but I think we just are going to have to. We can chump block a little bit now. We have the 5 mana for Lukka, so we don't need both of these, although... Yeah, and the Paradise Druid, they may just Reflector Mage. They'll probably Reflector Mage the token. That's what I would do. They can't do the Paradise Druid because it's got hexproof currently. So you bounce the token, grow your Thalia. We're left chump blocking. Been drawing into a single card, yep. Yep. Humans, man, doing human things. Growing their team. Going big, going wide. Question is, what do we want to... I mean, we're going to just... We got to block and try. They're going to sack this now to give it protection. Or not. Lukka, maybe? Atroxa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we would have been 1 off. I mean, do we even pitch the Atroxa? Let's say we find a Lukka, we cast the Lukka, and we get a Progenitus. We're still dead. So I think we're going to concede. We don't want them to know what we're up to. We want to try to... I mean, we're dead on board. This way they're not... they just don't know exactly what we're doing. So this... anything that we play is going to get bounced by... Reflector Mage. Seems like we just want to manage the board a little bit. Footfall Crater, one of them might just need to be cut. Need to be cut entirely. Fable, we saw how slow it is. Atroxa, Progenitus. Atroxa gets us some value. Spinning into Emrakul could be okay. I wish this was a leave the battlefield, but then I guess it'd be way too busted. Go down to Thoughtseize. One Bitter Reunion. Run it like that. Hope for a good 7. That is not really a good 7 for us. I think it's just too... I mean, this is a dead card. This could be okay, and then we're not doing anything until turn 3, otherwise. Alright, this is better. We have a way to dig, a way to ramp, and it's something to turn with our Lukka, and 1 removal spell. This can go on the bottom. Brought this water and didn't even drink it. It's nice to see humans. I like humans. I like the synergy. I like decks that have synergistic creatures that all come together to do something greater than their parts. And opponent's taking a while. Anyway, humans have gotten a lot of love from wizards too as far as power to mana cost ratio. Not only do they have more power and toughness than typical from way back when, but also a lot more text. I can take this opportunity to complain about how my dragons do not get such love. I guess we want a Lukka. We always want a Lukka. That's not true. Sometimes we want creatures. A creature or a Lukka here would be nice so that we can continue our ramp. And you saw, I mean, 0-3's a lot of toughness for a 2. I mean, like, and they grew their creatures well out of 3. Like, so many of the humans come down with 2 power and then they immediately grow 2 torch to towers. Sweet, I guess. We could have used those. Could have used those. Cavern. I wonder what they're going to name. Okay, that's a problem for the future. It's a future John's problem. Another torch to tower. That's good. So, did you see that, by the way? We had a swamp, 2 torch to towers, and then we drew a torch to towers. That means there was, in the top 4 cards of our library, 3 torch to towers. That's the kind of odds I've been running into today. And I know I complain about odds a lot, and I suppose the more you play, the more you see all kinds of odds, and you just quit complaining about it. But I don't get to play that many games in general in a given week. And then talk about running hot versus cold. Like, we've seen 3 Lukkas in our opening hand. We just saw 4 Torch to Towers within the top 4 cards. We've had 4 Bitter Reunions that we drew in the course of the first few turns. I mean, it's just... I know we're seeing a lot of cards and digging, but the Lukkas were drawn naturally. This is drawn naturally. We would have just gone Swamp, Torch to Tower, Torch to Tower, Torch to Tower. I guess we would have just killed every single thing they cast until they resolved an Adeline, and then we'd have to double Torch the Tower. Alright, well, anyway, enough on that. We would like to see a Lukka. That's another thing I keep saying, because you know what? That's what this deck wants, is a Lukka. That's what we do. We Lukka. And meanwhile, our opponents got their not draw of turn 2 Thalia's Lieutenant, and it pumps their recruitment officer already into a non-blockable threat. Lukka or Brotherhood's End. Thoughtseize. One of the worst cards for us since we have to hurt ourselves. But it might snag something that we don't want to have to deal with later. Declaration in Stone. They have 2 of those. Declaration in Stone is going to... Basically, they have 3 answers to any of our fatties. And then this will grow the Thalia. We'll take the Reflector Mage. I mean, that's the body on the board, essentially. Bitter Reunion. I mean, given what we want a Lukka, right? But seeing as we are not finding, I mean that. So you let me know what you think. What are the odds? We put the Bitter Reunion in the graveyard, or on the bottom, or whatever. This is a scry, right? On the bottom, and then we draw. We have 1 look at drawing a Lukka, or we draw the Bitter Reunion and have 2 looks at drawing the Lukka. So I think this is probably the better. So they drew the Coppercoat Vandal. We'll kill that. Keep the board clean. And pitch to Swamp, I guess. I mean, it's been fun. The game's been fun. Some of the luck has been frustrating. I'm disappointed in the way the match has gone since I started out 2-0 and having not dropped a single game. Oh, another Bitter Reunion. I mean, I guess we could have kept the more underground mortuary to pitch to the second bidder reunion. That might have been the right play, but either we're going to draw something. Oh man, they are running hot themselves though. Look at that. When we looked at their hand, it was two reflector mage, two declarations in stone, a hopeful initiate in a land, and they've since drawn into a lord and a lord and an Adeline. I mean, the fatal push was good. Don't get me wrong, but we need to find something. Now, there's our Lukka, but our Lukka is just turned too late. I mean, we can maybe block. I don't know. It's just that we're gonna need. Yeah, with the Mutavault, I think we might just be dead. So we're gonna take 5, 7, 9 if they don't have something else. I mean, they've been running so hot. Come on, man. Just can we have you miss? Can you whiff a little bit? Just once, whiff for us. We know they have two answers. So what we need is an Atraxa or an Angel. The Declaration of Stone, though, is going to hit our Angel. So we really need. We might just need only Atraxa. Because we're going to have. Let's see, they're doing the math themselves. So we'll take 5. And then this guy makes a 1/1, right? A 2. We'll make a 2/1. So then we're going to take. Okay, or they're not going to go for the win, or they don't. They have the win already. So we'll block here, and we'll take 5, 7, 9. So I'm pretty sure they should have fired up the Mutavault there. Maybe they haven't. They don't have another land though. So Brotherhood's End would be something that we could cast. It then sets us back significantly. Atraxa. It just isn't. Nothing we can cast right now gains us enough life to win. And it may be that we're dead anyway. With this training. I can't remember what training does. Grows, it puts a +1/+1 counter on something. So it may be that we're dead no matter what, with the Mutavault or without, and this was used to grow this. Oh, sigh. I mean, turn 5, just we did find the Lukka. We spent a lot of time trying to find it. We didn't. Maybe we need against this field more Brotherhood's End, more sweepers, even though it hurts us too. Because our 1-to-1 sweepers just are not cutting it right now. So now we take 3, 10, 11. Yeah, I think we're just dead now. I mean, there's multiple ways to skin a cat, right? So we can block here and not die. But then we won't have the haste is the problem. Unless we draw an untapped land. Oh my gosh. Well, when you got it, you got it, I guess. I mean, we know we're going to lose. So we know we're going to lose because of the Declaration of Stone. No matter what we do, they're going to be able to answer what we... Even Progenitus, right? Progenitus they can't answer, but then we die to everything else. The Angel, they just bounce. Atraxa, they just a Declaration Stone. Land. Fatal Push. Creature. Sorcery. enchantment. So we can play the land. We can give everything a haste and swing. Hit them for 13 and go up to 11, but then they just bounce it and hit us for a whole bunch. We can fatal push this, and then have them Declaration in Stone. Ah, so sad. Oh man. I mean, if they didn't have 2 Declarations in Stone, it just none of this matters. We can fatal push, then they deck in stone. Alright, well we're just gonna do our thing. And then let them kill us. It's our last turn of our last match, the last game of our last match in our league, so we might as well just have our fun a little bit. Swing in with a flying, vigilant, hasty, life-linking Atraxa. Maybe, you never know, but they might actually misplay. They might actually forget the Declaration Stone can hit our Atraxa. At which point, you know, we are going to be all good. Alright, for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Another edition of Pioneer Curious. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com. If you haven't already, please check out my website where you can read about my various commander brews, watch gameplay of my modern jank, and read my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, that I'm publishing serially. And if you enjoy my content, please check me out on YouTube, Johnny Cycles. Click that subscribe button. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.